back to Rethink Healthcare. I'm Wendy Ball, and this is
Mr. Montenegro.
Again, Mr. Montenegro. Well, I'm glad that we're here today because we're going to be talking about something awesome.
Yes, how to survive
and manage nursing school.
But also for me, nurse practitioner school.
Any kind of nursing school, really, right? You could be going.
I guess for the most part, I mean, the journey of nurses are very unique and different. So it's not like you could say you went to college and you had the same experience as somebody who got their bachelor's in business. Mm-hmm. Totally different.
Totally different.
They had no clinicals. We had clinicals.
I know, we had clinicals. Yeah. I remember having to go to the hospital before clinicals and pick up our patients. And
oh yeah,
a lot of work. A lot of work.
So where do we start? I mean, you're the educator here. You're the one actively engaging with students day in, day out. So was there anything specific that you want to share with your students, or any perspectives that they may have had?
Well, I know for us, going to nursing school, we were just followed that traditional route of high school and then moved right into college, into nursing school, and so we were a little younger.
Yeah,
right?
Really.
A little more fit. We could reach our toes, and we didn't have as much responsibility.
Yes.
Maybe we lived at home. I did not. But
I lived at home. Yes. If I could still live at home, probably, if I had a choice. Imagine my mom will cook for you, do your laundry. Don't you miss those days?
Oh, that is nice. Yeah,
that's a luxury.
Yes. Whereas my students, a lot of them, not all of them, but a larger percentage of students in LPN school are a little more further in their life.
Okay.
So they might already have full-time jobs. I have some of them that are doing full-time nursing school and 40 hours a week.
So do you say that this is like a career shift for them, or they're just maybe endeavoring in a career later on in their life?
I think it could be both. I think finally they're figuring out maybe what they really want to do. I think a lot of them are already working in healthcare. Maybe they're CNAs and they want to further along.
Yes, yeah, because the path is 12 months, 15 months?
12 months.
12 months?
Yeah.
That actually, I mean, if we had those choices, imagine for us, we had 4 years to get to our bachelor's.
I know.
So 4 years versus 1 year, if I had to choose that path, it's something that probably had to rethink, but at least for me going in, it wasn't an option. I mean, from high school, you were going to college.
Yep.
And from college, you had to figure out what did you want to study and major in. But I didn't have the luxury to really say, okay, I mean, this program was only 12 months, while as this, at least it wasn't presented to me that way.
Yeah, and what I think is great about this for adults that are maybe already working, they already have children and families, is it's a shorter, quicker route to the end, and they can maybe commit a year. I always tell them it's just a year. Right now we have, I know, and I said you're going to be a nurse after a year. So right now my students are about halfway through their first term, so I'm like, less than a year.
Wow.
You can become a nurse, right?
If you're watching this, you can do it.
You can do it, absolutely. But they struggle. They struggle because...
We struggled!
I know, but can you imagine working 40 hours a week, having 3 children? I have a student, I cannot believe this. This student drives 3 hours to school every day.
That's dedication.
I told her, I don't know how long this is going to last. She might have to figure something out. But, there's a lot of obstacles for them. So how can we encourage them?
Well, as you've said, by kind of showing them where they are in the path, and if they're halfway through, why stop halfway through? You're already halfway there.
You've already committed, yeah.
Yeah, you're already committed. It's just like, I run marathons, and a friend of mine ran his first marathon with me a while back, and at first he said, I don't know if I can do the full one, So I said, okay, don't worry. Let's just keep going, right? And then when we got to the halfway point, I said, you're already halfway. Why would you stop halfway? Let's just continue. And mind you, you're the halfway there. You're at the furthest part. So if you stop, you still gotta go this distance. So just finish.
crazy people run marathons, I think, but
Well,
you know.
so let's kind of get back to how did we survive nursing school, right?
Yeah.
At least for me, I mean, it was a very stressful time. I mean, it's very intimidating. You know, the whole setting, going into the hospitals, meeting patients, having to show your instructors you knew what to do,
Yes,
even though
that pressure
I
of that.
probably didn't. You know. So, but let's take the perspective of your students, meaning they have responsibilities that we didn't have
Yes.
as nurses at the time. Now, my experience going through nurse practitioner school was a bit different because that one, it was much more measured. I had control on what classes I took and when, so then I took my time.
You could do your own pace.
I kind of did my own pace, yes. But then when you comes time to the clinical part, and really I think the toughest part in nursing is when you get into the clinicals, because that's when you have to put everything together.
Yeah.
So how did I survive that? I actually really had to significantly drop down my working hours to focus on that. But that may not be an option for some of them.
That's always my suggestion for them, to cut down their working hours the best they can. It's only a year. It's going to be worth it in the end. So that is one thing. And also like just scheduling, like putting the things down for the week that you have to do so you can manage day by day those tasks.
I mean, I know some students now who are for LPS going into their RN program, and what they would do is kind of work their weekends and have their week be somewhat
School.
free from the schooling. And so I guess depends on what career you're in at this moment in time, or you know what occupation you have. If you are going to school, if there's ways to really kind of be flexible with it, and I don't know if there's any other way to do it, because the program will not adjust to you.
Nope, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to do this and you've gotten your mind to it, you got to do it. You got to figure out the other things for that time being. I have one student that said she's just telling her kids, get something to eat in the cabinet. That's where they're at this year. She's working on her. She's still buying food for her kids and feeding them, but it's not, the same meals. But, in a year from now, maybe it'll be
a whole different story.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she'll have a new career. Hopefully it'll be a better paying career. Hopefully it'll be a more satisfying career. So
maybe they'll be eating some steak.
well, I'd like to eat some steak.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you treat me?
Sure.
Wow. I think we need to end the show now. She's going to treat me to steak.
Okay, so this is how to manage.
We'll buy them a steak. Why don't we tell your students that somebody who really struggled through and made it through, we should treat them to a steak.
Okay, on you.
I'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
So-
But first, you got to get me my steak.
Okay. We'll head out to the steakhouse right now.
All right.
Some
See you
hibachi.
guys. I'm going to have some steak.
See ya.